a couple years down the road, it becomes time for you to get a new car.
Okay.
You've had your car for how long now?
Oh, at this point, 11
A long
years.
time. Yeah, a long
Yeah.
time. The old Ford Fiesta runs, but all good things come to an end. And
Yeah.
eventually it's time for you to get a new set of wheels. So you go to a dealership. You go to it's called uh Bill Grimley's Ford.
Okay.
And Bill Grimley's Ford has been in the Grimley family. Well, it's now Bill Grimley's, but there's been different iterations. Grimley's Ford has been in the family for, I don't know, 75 years.
Oh, wow.
Like it's been around forever. It's an institution. If you're car shopping in town, the first place you think of is Bill Grimley's Ford because you know somebody who's bought a car there and had a great experience.
Okay.
Plus, it's pretty close to your place, so it's kind of like, yeah, I may as well just stop right there. Walk around, see what I can find.
Yeah.
You park in the parking lot. A guy comes out. He's wearing shirt and tie. He goes, "Good afternoon, sir." He goes, "My name is Mort." He goes, You looking for a vehicle today?"
I am.
He was great. Got anything in mind? What are you looking for?
Um, I would give him my price range, and then I would
Yeah.
say that I'm looking for like, I don't know. I don't need anything fancy, but
He's a daily
I
daily
do.
driver, good on gas.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Something that's going to be economical, something reasonable. So he kind of like walks you through the parking lot. He says, "I got a couple things in mind." He goes, "But first," he goes, "Are you a man who likes speed, Pat?"
Um, I normally don't drive very fast, no.
He goes, "We just got one of the fastest cars on the market in as a trade-in."
Oh,
He goes,
okay.
"You wouldn't be happen to be interested in that, would you? Maybe you want to take a test drive?" And he winks at you.
I don't think I'd be interested in that because I don't drive very fast. I drive either a little above the speed limit or the speed limit. Well, I never drive the speed limit. I always drive about 10 above, but that's not very intense.
He goes, "Okay." He goes, "Just wanted to lay it out there."
And I kind of don't like it when people drive really fast. I work downtown and I've almost been hit by people driving way too fast, too late at night, so many fucking times.
He goes, "Say no more." He goes, "Let's
Sorry to
let's go
unload
back."
on you.
He says, we're kind of like bartenders in a way.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
People come in here, they're gonna spend a big, chunk of money. It's a long-term commitment.
Yeah.
They want to connect on an emotional level. He goes, "Look, I get it." He goes, "Speed is just my thing. Guilty as charged."
Okay.
He kind of laughs.
It doesn't make you a bad person.
He goes, "No." He goes, "Contrary to popular belief," he looks around at his coworkers. He goes, "I'm a pretty good guy."
Oh shit. What's their response?
What's that?
What's like his coworker's response? Do they hear
I
him
mean, they're
say
not
that?
they're not like listening. He was just
Oh,
like
okay.
pointing out the people he was referring to. So Mort takes you back to like these they're like small sedans, something that's like pretty comparable to what you drive now, just like an updated version of it with like no miles, right? He manages to get you into one at your price point at a decent payment. It's got a few more bells and whistles than what you were used to. It's been a long time since you bought a new car.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, it's got like a backup camera on it, and it's got
Yes.
uh heated seats.
Oof.
It's got like a navigation system. It's like an entertainment system, whole thing. It's way more than what you've had previously, up to this point.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And you sit in it, you take it for a test drive. It feels very familiar. All the dollars and cents work out. Everything's good to go. You say, Mort, I think you've sold yourself a car. You shake his hand. You guys are going inside to fill out paperwork, and you see that there's like a news van that's set up. They're doing like a promotional shoot or something, right? And you're like walking right by the camera. There's like a reporter recording something, and she's like, uh, well, folks, it's in time for the final four. We're down here at Grimley's Ford, and we're gonna give away a new car. And as you guys are like walking across, she goes, "Sir, are you buying a car?" And you're like, actually, yeah, we're gonna go sign it, write the paperwork right now." And she goes, "How would you like a chance to get it for free?"
Love it.
She goes, "Are you?" She kind of like points down a little further down the lot. There's like a basketball hoop. There's like a marking on the lot where like center court would be. She turns to the camera. She goes, "We're going to be broadcasting the Final Four all week long. We've got games every single day. So, if you're a fan of our regular programming, tune back in a couple of weeks." She kind of laughs. She goes, "In the meantime, enjoy the hoops." And she goes, "Pat, if you make this, you're going to win your brand new car."
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do this.
You puts a basketball in your hands. It feels familiar in a way. When you were younger, you played a lot of basketball. You used to tell everybody you
Yeah.
would drain threes and slam dunks, but you never really did, and you like weren't
Ooh.
very good at it. You bragged a lot about being a good basketball player, but you very clearly weren't.
Yeah. Really? Bragged about it?
That might be a little strong, but you were pretty strong yourself. You were pretty insistent.
Wow. Training three, slamming dunks in my
So
mind.
you stand there at the center court. She goes, "You can't pass the center court line, so you can get like a running start if you want." And you're like, "Okay." So you take like a few steps back, you line everything up. You're like running, right? You got the ball in your hands. You think back to when you were a preteen. You
Yeah.
were 12 years old in a gym class in school, and it was basketball. You guys were starting to play basketball, and you got picked dead last.
Oh no.
And every time you grab the ball, you would say drain threes, and you would just shoot it, and you'd never make it. You'd never like a lot of times like you didn't even hit the
Uh
backboard. You were like nowhere close.
oh, just air ball.
Total airball situation,
Ah.
right? Yeah.
Oh man.
So you kind of think back to like this is like my moment to redeem myself. You know, this is for this is for 12-year-old Pat who got made fun of on the hardwood every day.
Oh, I got made fun of.
Oh, I mean, not to your face,
Oh
but definitely
man.
definitely behind your back.
Okay.
So you got the ball in your hands. You get a running start. You're like 2 feet from the center line, and you slip on a banana peel, and
Ah.
you like launch the ball way in the air, and when you fall, your pants fly off.
No.
You like slip, and your feet go up in the air, and like your shoes come off, and your pants like come off, and you're wearing
Ah.
white boxers with red hearts on them,
No.
and you like lay face down, or you like slip, and so you're like on your back, and the banana peel flies up in the air and it lands like your fucking dick and balls.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. You're lying on your back and you just hear the camera
Oh
guy go,
no.
you hear the camera guy go, "Holy shit." And he starts yelling. And then like another guy starts yelling. And the woman who's like there filming you starts yelling and she puts a microphone in your face. She goes, "Pat, you just won a brand new car. What do you
Oh,
what do you have to say?"
oh, Patrick. All right, I would say I I don't know. I'd be in shock. I think honestly, I think I would go, holy shit.
They let it air. They put it through. They don't bleep
Really?
it or anything. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, so like a week later, there was a statement before the 7 p.m. news, and they were like, last week we let a man say "holy shit" on the air,
Uh,
and we felt that it was a moment of jubilant joy. A man who had just won a brand new car at our expense, and we thought it would have done him no favors had we bleeped out the purity of that moment, the purity of that joy. When distilled, it's the kind of thing that makes you glad to be alive.
Jeez.
And then he turns to the camera and he goes, a woman died today and she was trapped in an elevator filled with a fart. And then you're like the TV turns off.
Yeah.
So
Oh, poor person.
yeah, it's exactly what you think.
Yeah.
Just somebody farted, the elevator got stuck, there was no oxygen left.
God, poor thing.
Yeah, it died right there. But that's neither here nor there. You're laying there on your back at Grimley's Ford, underwear on, wet side of a peeled banana or banana peel poking through the hole in the front of your boxers, caressing the tip of your penis.
Oh, jeez.
You stand up, you shake the peel out of your hole of your boxers. You find your pants and put them on. You find your shoes and put them on, and you go inside, and they give you a brand new car, right?
I kind of feel bad for the guy. Does he like not get a commission now or?
Oh, he does. They take care of him.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, they're gonna take care of him. So you're like getting ready to like you go inside, you leave you sign all the paperwork, they give you the keys, and you're standing in the parking lot, and the people again are like, hey Pat, we're gonna be airing this tonight at 8 p.m. in case you wanted to watch. And you're like, thank you. And you put your hand up to wave goodbye. And then you come to, and your back is cold against a solid metal table.
What?
You feel an icy chill run down your spine. You sit up, you're totally nude.
Oh,
You're in a dark room. You can see a light coming from underneath a door, but otherwise it's pretty black. You stand up, your feet cold against the steel floor. You kind of like walk over to the light that you see at the bottom of the door, and you feel around for a handle. When you kind of feel in that area, there's like a panel there. You press it, and the door opens. Light sort of shoots in from like a hallway, and standing in front of you is it's like an alien guy.
what?
Yeah, he's like an alien. He's sort of like humanoid in form. He's tall, slender, long limbs, large feet, large hands, ovular head, jet black, dead eyes that take up a quarter of his face, a small, cinched up mouth, a minor ridge on the outside of his head where his ears would be, completely smooth, green skin.
This really is an alien guy.
You liked this girl in high school. Her name was Alexandra Collins.
Alexandra Collins.
And you wanted to ask her to homecoming so bad.
Oh
And you knew that she
God.
didn't have a date, and you just never got up the courage to do it. And you went to homecoming, and she wore this beautiful, like jade green dress, right? The light just danced off of it. and all night
Yeah.
long you were too afraid to ask her to dance. You heard the first three bars of Lone Star's Amazed, and you're like, this is it. This is the song they're closing it on. This is
Yeah.
the hit. You went out to on the find her on the dance floor already, hands wrapped around some tall boy's neck,
Oh,
and you see that light, that spotlight, just sort of dance off of the jade fabric, and he is the exact same color as that dress.
jeez.
He raises a hand to you. He says, "Hello, Patrick. Are you feeling okay?"
Yeah, I guess.
He
I
says,
mean, I
"Great."
clearly have been just abducted by aliens. I don't know. It's right. That's what's going on. That's what I say to him.
He kind of like runs his hand along his bald head, his shiny bald jade head, and he says, "I mean, you could look at it that way, I guess."
What?
He goes, "Look," he goes, and he like looks down. He sees your genitals. He goes, "Oops, sorry," and he like opens up a closet behind him, and your clothes are like hung up. They've been cleaned and pressed.
Cleaned
So
and pressed.
yeah, you grab your clothes, you put them on. He goes, "Look, Patrick." He goes, "My name is Gorefall, and I am." He goes,
Oh man.
My friends and I have just gotten in to American basketball.
What?
Yeah, he goes, "Look, we've been cruising around your solar system for a little while now. We just have gotten through the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird era. We're so excited to see what's coming next, and we
Oh
just have
man.
really gotten into NBA basketball." And we wanted to see, what it was like today. So we did a scan. When we saw you hit that shot, they go, "Holy cow, buddy! What?" They go, "You're incredible."
Thanks, man.
They say, have you been draining threes for a long time?"
Well, I loved to play basketball when I was younger, but to be honest, no, I haven't really played a lot lately.
They go, "Well, you sure seem like a natural to me."
Oh, thank you. I think it was just a lucky shot.
He says, "Well, Pat, we have picked you to learn to help to like have you teach us about basketball."
Oh no.
They go, "We want to talk to you about basketball. We want to see you play basketball. We want to pair you up with other people and have you play for the fate of your world."
No. What do you mean?
He goes, "That's just exactly what I mean." He goes, we've been trying. We've been learning how to play basketball, and we want to take our five against your five."
Okay. Um, yeah, I feel like there's probably better people than me.
They go, "Nonsense. We saw you hit that half court shot." They go, "Nobody has hit a half court shot within that like 6 square miles within the last 6 weeks." You go, "So don't be so down on yourself." He's like very cordial. He's very kind to you.
I slipped on a banana peel.
They go, "That makes it all the more impressive. Are you kidding me?" And your pants came off, your shoes came off. He said it was
Yeah.
absolutely a moment of pure humiliation had you
Uh,
missed. He says, "But you didn't miss, and you won that car." They go, "So
so I
look,"
do I have to assemble the team?
he says, "absolutely."
Oh man. All right. Well, hold on. So do are you're just gonna kidnap these guys, I'm assuming?
He says, "Do you really want to know, Pat?"
All right. All right, I guess I'll assemble the team. This is so infuriating. What's the name of your alien race?
He speaks in a language that you can't comprehend. It sounds like a fax machine if it had like lungs and
Oh God.
flesh. It ripped off its own flesh and used it to print messages, you know?
Jeez.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. They go, "So, who's on your team?" He kind of like leans up against the hallway coolly.
Okay. Man, I really haven't kept up enough with modern day basketball, but okay, so it's me. It's LeBron James. Um, that Greek guy, the Greek freak. I forget his name, but that guy for
Okay.
sure.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
let's see. I'll play like shooting guard. So I need like a point guard.
Yeah,
Um,
you'll play shooting guard.
yeah. I couldn't do the point, but I could do shooting guard.
Okay.
Fuck. I can't even think. I don't know. Uh, LeBron James Jr. Well, hold on. Well, I'm on the spot. So it's LeBron James Jr. And then number five
There's
is,
not a LeBron James Jr.
yeah, Bronny
Well, I
James,
guess
dude.
yeah, I guess there is. I was thinking of his other kid. Okay. So you
Yeah.
have LeBron and his son,
LeBron and his son, just because I can't think of anyone else. And
the
then
Greek freak,
the Greek freak, myself, and
you.
what's that guy's name? Who's that
I mean,
guy who has
realistic. You
that
gotta you
meme?
gotta you gotta find a guy who's gonna play the four or the five.
Okay.
You know,
So
you got the Greek freak.
wasn't he this? What does he play? Man, we're fucked.
He was
You
the
know
four
what?
or
I
the
feel like
five.
it
I mean,
doesn't really
you're
matter. I feel like I could pick anyone from the NBA and it'd be okay. All right. Then I pick also um Steve Kerr.
man, that's pretty guard heavy rotation. Steve Kerr's like a point.
Well, I couldn't
So
think of
Steve
anyone
Kerr,
else.
and then LeBron James Jr. is also like he's only like 6'2".
Well, we're gonna have to figure this out then.
You're gonna it's probably more like a college offense. So that's what you say. You say, give me LeBron James Jr., give me the Greek Freak, give me LeBron James and Steve Kerr,
Man, I wish I
right?
had a longer to think about this.
He kind of he goes like, okay, and he snaps his fingers. There's a there's a guy, he's like a 19-year-old guy, and he's holding a baby in his arms,
What?
and he's like, hey, he goes, my name's LeBron James. He's like, I know. He goes, my dad was a big LeBron fan. He named me
Oh,
after him, and he goes, this is my baby. This is LeBron James Jr."
no.
And then Steve Kerr is the actual head coach of the Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr, he shows up and he's like, "What the fuck's going on here?" You know. And then the Greek Freak is just a it's just a guy who lives in on the Upper East Side in New York, and he's like
What?
he just eats nothing but like feta cheese and olives, and he just doesn't shower, and
Oh,
he wears a trench coat with nothing on underneath it everywhere he
oh
goes.
my God.
Everywhere he
Holy
goes.
fuck.
He shows up with like his hand in like a jar of olives.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. I just fucked us.
So everybody's like, "What's going on?" And Steve, so you guys like you're, the the alien. He's like, this will be fun, right? Because he
Oh
doesn't know who
man.
LeBron James is. He doesn't know who the Greek Freak is. He doesn't know Steve Kerr was just like a happenstance because they're only up to like they're
Oh,
not even
they're
in the
of that
MJ
era.
area,
God damn it. Are you
So
fucking kidding me?
you you assemble this group of people who in name only are the respective and I guess with the Greek Freak, that's probably more of like a reputational thing. Uh, they're certainly not the NBA players that you were hoping for. So you guys like they blow a whistle and you're all instantly transported into onto a basketball court, right? You're all wearing light blue uniforms. LeBron James Jr. is in like one of those baby Bjorns.
Oh
Like
no.
right. But he's like facing outward. He's in like the triple threat position. He's ready to like, receive a pass.
What's our team called?
Earth, it's just the Earthlings.
All right.
But then there's like a word after it again in the language you don't understand that you are positive is like a slur. So
Really?
yeah, you know it you feel it in your bones. So
Oh man.
you go like Steve Kerr is like clearly the tallest. The offense is going to run through him. And the
Yeah.
defense is going to run through everything's going to run through him. He's your only hope, really.
Steve
And
fucking Kerr.
you guys like have a back and forth game to 11, right?
Full
The
court?
aliens are what's that?
Is it full court?
Yeah, it's full court. The aliens are still a little behind the times. They don't possess, coordination or skill set really, or, that the Earthlings do. The Greek Freak is the best defender you have. Anybody who gets near him is just like fuck this, and like they try to like leave, run away from him. He causes several backcourt violations, right?
Really?
Yeah. At one point, his like jacket comes open, and you see his just hairy
Oh,
genitals, and you're like freak, and he like oh, and he closes it back up, but it causes a guy to like step out of bounds. He is a savage defender. LeBron
wow.
James and LeBron James
Very
Jr. do not
unconventional.
contribute much. Yeah. Yeah. They don't contribute a whole lot. LeBron James Jr. did take a ball right off the face
Oh,
at one point, and there was a lot of crying that ensued. And that meant that LeBron James and Jr. were both going to stand in the opposite end in the corner, just kind of, being consoled. So they were kind of like a black hole.
so
But
we're playing the aliens.
yeah, you're playing the aliens. And again, it's a back and forth affair. If you didn't have Steve Kerr, they would probably wipe the floor with you. But Steve Kerr is a professional NBA player. The guy's like a multi-time NBA champion. He's an athlete. He's a skill player, and he winds up carrying you to 10-10.
Holy shit,
You're
Steve.
down 1 point, right? They have the ball. They inbound it. Steve Kerr picks up the ball handler, and the ball handler just like runs right through Steve, knocks him on his ass. It's like a clear offensive foul, but Steve turns his ankle in the process.
Oh,
He's like, I can't
no.
fucking walk. I can't walk. He's screaming in agony.
I probably yell at the ref.
Well, the ref called it. The ref like called it, and he's like, you guys don't have Steve. He goes, you can continue if you want. And you're like, yeah, we're not losing this fucking game.
I should be allowed to pick one more player.
He says, no, absolutely not.
What?
He says, this is the game's going. We can't bring anybody else in.
But then
He goes, come on, finish it.
you should get rid of one of your players.
He goes, we haven't seen this kind of event happen before in the history of the NBA. So we don't know what's fair and what's not. We're going to continue playing as is. And
Oh,
then
this
they
is such
check
shit.
and they go inbound the ball, and he like hucks it right at your chest.
I catch it and I just look him dead in the eye and I go, "We're gonna kill you."
And he goes, you better, because if you don't, I'm blowing up your fucking planet.
Oh fuck! I got so caught up with the game, I forgot that that was gonna happen.
You take the ball up
Oh
the court,
man, I'm
right?
probably so nervous.
It's really like a 5-on-2 situation. LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. are still just working through getting smoked by that ball right in the face. Steve
Yeah,
Kerr's ankle
feel
is
bad about
being
that.
tended to on the side, but you work your way up past midcourt. You pass the ball off to the Greek Freak. His coat kind of comes open for just a second. You see inside.
Right. Good.
A block of feta cheese falls to the floor.
Oh,
He like
gross.
slips on it. He goes, whoa. And he like slips on it, and he manages to pass to you at the last second. And you look across to your opponent. You say, you know what I used to do as a kid? And he goes, what? You said, I
Oh
used to
shit.
drain threes and slam dunks.
Holy shit.
And you like fake a 3-pointer, and you get him off of his feet, and then you just start running, right? You're dribbling down the lane, and you jump, and you put your foot right into the chest of one of these aliens, and you launch yourself at the rim, and you dunk it through and win the
Holy
game for the
shit.
Earthlings. The backboard shatters, glass rains down on you. The Greek Freak just has his mouth open. You turn over to him, he's just chewing it up. He's got blood running from the corners of his mouth. He's a fucking
Oh,
maniac, dude.
jeez.
He goes and scrapes up
Ugh.
the cheese off the floor and just starts eating it out of his hand. And he goes, what do we do now? And then the alien that was guarding you walks up. He goes, well, Pat, that was a hell of a game.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Sorry that the thing broke.
He goes, well, we'll get a new one. He goes, say, He kind of leans into you and he goes, just for internal purposes, what's the name of the next great NBA star?
I'm not going to tell you that.
He goes,
You
come on.
you just forced us all to play for the sake of my entire world. I
Again, he's
mean,
very cool. He goes, okay, okay, you don't have to tell me. I was just wanted to know so I could lay some little money down up here on the ship. It gets a little boring sometimes.
yeah, I bet it does.
He goes, you're not going to tell me?
No.
He goes, well, can't say I blame you. He, he kind of like snaps his fingers. You're standing in the parking lot at Grimley's Ford, and there's a camera crew that is like on you. They're like, holy shit, he's back. Right. The same camera crew comes running up. They go, Pat, what happened? Where did you go? They go, well, you were just here and then
I'd
you were
go,
gone.
man, I don't have an explanation.
You go, Pat, what happened? Like we have you just disappearing on video.
That's what I'm saying. I would lie and I would say that I like blipped out or whatever, and now but I have no memory of what happened.
They go, well, what's the last thing you remember? And you're like, I remember hitting the half court shot. I remember buying my new car, and then I'm here.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, that's great. Like we have you like disappearing.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
They go, we should call somebody and have them talk to you. Like
What? Who's saying
you
this?
should like the news crew. They're like,
Why do they? All right.
they should probably have like an EMT check you out or something. They go, what happened? Where did you go?
I guess I just I guess I just take out the keys to the car that I just won,
Yeah,
and I just go, look, I'll explain everything. I've told you everything I know. I'm sorry, but I gotta go. And I would like walk to my car.
you walk to your car. They're like, Pat, and you're like, get out of here. They're like kind of hounding you. You
All
get
I
in your
can say
car.
is that I was draining threes and slamming dunks, and I wink at them, and I get into my car, and I peel out. I
You
go
open up
fast as fuck.
you open up the fucking moonroof on that car, right?
Yeah,
You
dude.
turn the radio on. It's Shimmer by Fuel is playing, and
Yes.
it's at the part where it's like really picking up.
Yeah, when the drums come in.
Yeah. And you like hang a right out onto the frontage road, and as soon as you do, your car is like struck by like a huge vehicle that goes around and sucks shit out of porta potties, and it
What?
hits you, and there's like a fucking tube that like runs into your car, and it
Oh
just unloads the
no.
contents into your
Oh,
brand new car, and you drown in it.
oh,
All of your locks short circuit, and you can't get out of the car, and you drown it. You drown in it. It fills up your
man.
car. It feels yeah, it fills up your car and then it's like overflowing. And the guy running the truck, he like turns it off. He's like trying to find a way to shut off the valve, but he can't. And he's like
Ah,
crying. The last thing you hear is just him
oh
like
my
weeping.
God.
He's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And you die in a car that fills with a porta potty fluid and solids.
I never even got to meet Bill. Bill Gillum. Ah, man. All
Yeah.
right.